Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey. I'm gonna try to make this video real brief and quick, especially because I'm being distracted. Y'all know I record from my phone currently, but I have the darn group chat with all the teachers from the school talking about this weather. And, y'all already know what they hoping, right? For this weather here in Houston, so we can get a break again. But, honey, before I got on this video, they were already 63 messages in. Yeah, what y'all doing? What y'all doing? But anyways, again, always apologizing for my hair because I don't know this frizz. Anybody please recommend a product for the natural hair girlies in the Black community to stop the frizz? Is it gots to be glue? That's the trick. That's the secret weapon product, right? Because I don't know, these frizzes do not be looking cute on camera, and I need to get that under control. But they don't look bad in person, but on camera, it's a mess. But y'all, I just came on here really quickly for real to just share some of the things that make me smile. And then even when I feel like giving up or throwing in a towel when it comes to this teaching thing, I have to stop and I just gather my little letters that I get from my students throughout the year. So in front of me, I have 3 letters, you guys. But this one I actually got back in November of 2025. It was from one of my students. She's no longer my student. She went to a different school due to her and her mother moving to a different area. So that's always sad. That's the part that I actually dislike the most amongst a few other parts, right? But that's the one because it's like you work so hard with children and then you build them up and get them right where they need to be as far as like reading and teaching them the basic fundamentals and skills of reading and the art of reading and the science almost behind it. And again, just those basic fundamentals, right? And so that boosts their confidence and they're like, yeah, I can do it. I got it. And then they actually get it. And then they mosey on to another school and that teacher gets to, get the student that I've helped and assisted with developing. And yeah, so it's always sad, but this is what she told me, y'all. This how y'all know they be cutting up. But my students be loving me, but when they be cutting up, I be getting on them. I do be fussing at them because they know what they doing, and this is proof. So she told me, y'all, dear Miss Ivory. Okay, first of all, let's speak it into existence, okay? She said, dear Mrs. Ivory, MRS. Girl, it's an MS right now, okay? But speaking into existence for your teacher, speaking into existence for me, my girl. Okay, she said, dear Mrs. Ivory. And she spelled my last name correctly. I love it. Because the students at my last school was spelling it all kind of, I'm like, have I not taught you anything? Spelling correctly is fundamental. Okay. But yeah, she says, I thank you for teaching me things that I did not know. And I hope you forgive me, you guys. And I hope you forgive me for the things that I have done. And I hope our class actors get better. But I have to take behavior. I don't know what that means. I'm assuming she's going to take behavior classes to get her life together. I hope you forgive me, but I will miss you. Love. And then she put her name. So things like this, like I say, I am really like a simple girl and I absolutely love small gestures and just to know that you appreciate me, that you're thinking of me. And this was so thoughtful because I don't think she gave every teacher a note, but if she did, it's not to my recollection. She didn't share it with me. But if so, that's very cool. And we need this. We need these to uplift our spirits. And I absolutely love it. So that's, again, a letter from my former student. I hope she's doing well. So this next letter from another one of my students. And this is this right here. The end. So she actually wrote, you guys, she actually wrote a whole story because she just wanted me to see how she's been improving on her writing. So she wrote me a story and she wrote her homeroom teacher who she teaches science. She wrote her a story as well, just so she can let us know that she's trying, that she's improving, and that she's really like eager to get better with her reading and her spelling and her punctuation and things like that. So she wrote me a little story, you guys. And again, I know that's right, friend. She better speak it into existence. You know, I don't know if this may be the Lord or what, because why is everybody late? Mrs. Ivory. And then right here, this student, and we call them friends. Professionally, we are allowed to call them friends. I don't know who came up with the term of endearment to, you know, that's how we identify our students. That's what we identify them as, is friends. So yeah, if y'all hear me say friends, it's not that I'm like, oh, that's my girl. No, we literally, every teacher calls their students, hey friend, you know, especially in lower grades, so elementary grade levels. And so yeah, so this letter, y'all, or this story that she created, right? She said, one day, Miss Ivory, okay, so she did put the MS, but we not done. She said, one day, Miss Ivory went shopping for groceries. For food. And y'all, keep in mind that I don't share anything, any personal, any love life, any love interests, any crushes. I don't get that way with my students, okay? The only time I may ever say something to my students in that regards is if they bring it to me that they're interested in a boy and they ask for my advice as to how to handle the situation and how to deal with that specific gentleman, okay, or vice versa. And at my old school, baby, predominantly Black. The school that I'm currently at is predominantly Spanish. The old school that I came from prior to this one was predominantly Black. And let me tell you, I miss my Black students. I miss them so much, y'all. They kept me lively. They was very little hood. Very hood, very need to, why are you this ratchet? Okay, let me go to the car, in the car ride line when your parents pick you up so I can meet them, because I need a face to the parents of this child. Because why y'all like this? Who raising y'all? All right, but I miss them. They used to keep me on my toes, and they would always come to me about, you know, stuff like that, situations like that. I'm like, baby, you're in the 3rd grade. How hard can life be? Why do you have a boyfriend? Why do y'all have y'all friends coming to my window telling y'all, meet her at the restroom, meet her at the restroom, meet her at the restroom, or meet him at the restroom, meet him at the restroom? They had a lot going on. But I'll tell you one thing, it was never a dull moment, and it made work a little bit interesting, okay? But the environment overall, no, it was not healthy. So, yeah, no. I had to bounce up out of there, but I do miss them. And till this day, you guys, some of my students from my former school, I gave one of them my number at the end of the year, and she went berserk and gave it to all her friends. So I blocked all of them. And she's the only one who can contact me. Now she does contact me by buzzing her friends in on FaceTime and stuff. Why are they in the 4th grade now, all with iPhones, for them to be able to FaceTime me? That's the thing. That's the question that need answers. Okay. But anyways, yeah. So they still keep in contact with me. But anyways, back to my letter here to this student right here. So she said, one day, Miss Ivory went shopping for groceries, for food, because her fridge was empty. So she went to Walmart. How you know I shop at Walmart, girl? But this is the story she created, so let me keep reading. When she was done paying for everything, she saw it was raining. So she said, I'm going to get wet. When she got home, she saw that she forgot to put her clothes in the laundry. She saw that her husband, come on, friend. I know that's right. And this was recently given to me. This was given to me actually before we went out for our 3-day weekend. So before we went out so it was last week. She gave this to me early last week before we went on our 3-day weekend for MLK. And so yeah, so she said, she forgot to put her clothes in the laundry. She saw that her husband came home Like, what? How did she come up with this? This ain't nothing but, is the Lord telling me something? I'm not looking for signs and stuff. I don't do all that kind of stuff. But when the sign is right in front of you, when he delivers it to you on a platter, do you take it? I don't want to be anxious and eager and obsessed over marriage because I've never done that. But stuff has just been getting quite interesting lately. I don't know what it is. So she wrote that, and then it continues. She says she did not cook, and her husband said, it is okay. Her husband said, it is okay that you didn't cook. Let me get a shower. Then, what she say? Then I will cook. You relax. I know it was a bad day for you because of the raining. Her husband said, then Miss Ivory, she went to bed while watching Netflix. What? This is crazy. What? And she watched Netflix. The movie was Stranger Things 5. That was the movie. The funny part is I do not like Stranger Things. I do not watch it. I tried to watch 2 episodes of it for the sake of keeping up, like I said many videos ago, probably like years ago, on my earlier videos. I tried to watch things that I know my niece and my nephews are interested in so I can have something to talk to them about and we can stay engaged and in touch and stuff like that. So I tried to tap into it for that reason, but I watched 2 episodes and I wasn't a fan. So that's so crazy that she put it on here though. Child, maybe my husband made like Stranger Things 5. No, just saying. Maybe he made like Stranger Things, okay? So it says, she went to bed watching Netflix. The movie was Stranger Things 5, and she got to sleep when her husband was done with the food. Okay, I need to work on her sentence structure. Okay, we got to fix that. But yeah, then she said, the end. The end. And then she said, from her name to Miss Ivory. Okay, so that's one of them, you guys. And then this was the one that I got today. She didn't put her name on hers, so I can go ahead and show the full thing. Okay, I love the colors. It's the colors for me. I love stuff that make me smile, and colors make me smile because they're just so pretty and bright, and I love them. And she started off with my favorite color, which is pink, when she wrote to Miss Ivory. I know that's right. But yes, you guys. So to Miss Ivory, note for Miss Ivory, exclamation mark. Dear Miss Ivory, exclamation mark. Thank you for being such an inspiring teacher. Your patience and support make all the difference to me. I know that's right. See, I'm teaching them something because okay, those 2 sentences, go girl. Okay. Your patience, Dear Miss Ivory, she loved to say Dear Miss Ivory. Dear Miss Ivory, I want to ask you something. Dear Miss Ivory, I want to say, okay, we got to work on her repetition. She know we be trying to avoid being repetitive. Okay, we don't do repetitive. Okay, so that's like one of the things that they do early in the morning is eliminate a word that means the same thing as another word in the sentence, so we won't be repeating things over and over and over. Okay. So we can make our sentences smoother, clearer, and straightforward. So I'm going to talk to her about this repetition. Because, girl, why? But anyways, so it says, Dear Miss Ivory, I want to say, Dear Miss Ivory, I want to say if I can participate in the upcoming ice cream party. I've been working so hard in class. And I would really love to celebrate with everyone. Thank you for considering my request. You're awesome. Girl, she trying to bait me to be able to go to this ice cream party. Girl, I ain't got no control over that. No. No, I really don't. I've been telling her, though, that I am for sure going to ask one of our assistant principals, one of our APs, if it is okay for her to join. because she came in later. She's one of my students who came in late in the game. So we started school in August of 2025. I think I got her in late September, so she should qualify. I got her in late September, so no, yeah, I think she did miss the beginning of the year testing. So we just went through a testing process for the middle of the year testing. These are tests taken by the students to collect data to see if they've grown any, to see if we're actually doing our jobs, if we're teaching them or whatever. And it's a very highly mandated test. I don't know if y'all are like familiar with the STAR test or the TAKS test. Back in the day, it was called the TAKS test here in Texas. But yeah, so this is kind of these tests that they go through. They have what you call a BOY test, which stands for the beginning of the year test. And the students have to take it to see where they start off. Okay. And then over time, after all these months since August, they take what you call the MOY test. What does that stand for? Middle of the year testing. So again, it's to see if they've grown. It's to see, are we just hiring teachers so they can make money, or are we hiring teachers because they're actually doing their job and really putting forth the effort to make sure these students excel and exceed, right? Per subject. And so they took that test all last week, and then yesterday, the Spanish speakers, predominantly Spanish speakers, we call them EBs, they took the test in reading in Spanish yesterday. So they have to take double, right? They have double the work. And so again, it's just to see where they are. But since I got her so late in the game, she missed the BOY test. So she has nothing to compare her scores to say whether she grew or not. And so I heard the rumors around campus saying that, well, students that we got late don't really qualify to go to the ice cream party and stuff like that. But I'm going to show them this letter. So I'm going to take it back to school, and I'm going to show about one or two of the APs. I may just go directly to my principal, to be honest. Bump our APs. No disrespect to them, but I like to hear from the head honcho. Okay. I need to hear directly from the horse's mouth. I'm that kind of person. So I may take it directly to her and just say, look, ma'am, they deserve it. What was the actual score that they had to reach? And if she reached that, can she come along with the other students? Because I have another student that I literally just got about a month and a half ago, and he mastered the MOY test. Go black boy, go black boy, go. Okay, he needs to work on his behavior, y'all, but we can't really say nothing to him when it comes to academics. Like, sir, do what you do. But behavior, like, he is off the chain, off the chain. But I absolutely adore him at the same time. Do I cling on to behavior kids? I don't know. But yeah. But he's super smart. So I think that he should be able to participate in ice cream because he scored like a 200 and something. I know he met the goal. Like, he don't need to have a beginning goal to compete with. I know he met the goal, the standard goal or expectation for that test in general. Okay. The score for that test in general. So I'm going to plead their case because I don't think that's right for them to miss out. They don't have any control that their parents wanted to homeschool them, and then in the middle of the year decided, hey, let's go ahead and release you to a public school system. Like, it's not their fault. That's not right to me. So yeah, I'm going to advocate. I'm going to advocate for them. But all right, y'all, that's all I came on here to say, just to let y'all in a little bit of my life and just a little bit more about me and the things that I get and receive and how I keep going, along with prayer and talking to God, a lot of talking to God and crying out to him. Honey, I had a soul cry on, when was that? Last Monday. Like, crying from the pit of my stomach, like a true soul cry for about 30 minutes straight. And I needed that. I needed that time to express myself to God and my frustrations and worries and agony and pain and fear and anxiousness. And so I just needed clarity, and I just needed that expression. And I felt much better since then, but I'm still working through things. But yeah, these are the small things in my life that keep me going. And I'm like, okay, let me get up another day, go to the school another day, just maybe. Okay. But yeah, y'all. Okay. Bye. I hope y'all enjoy the rest of your Wednesday and have a good, fabulous, beautiful evening. And Bye. If you got to cry it out, cry it out. It'll make you feel better afterwards, okay? I promise. But, all right. Bye, y'all.